Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am Danielle Watson. Thank you so much for joining me here on Friday. I know we are all excited here in the U.S. to have a 3-day weekend. We have Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And I just wanted to let you know before we dive into the show that I will not be here with the show on Monday. I will be taking the day off with the rest of you. I am already receiving hearts across the screen. Thank you so much. So today we are talking about what could possibly be the ultimate challenge. It looks like Elena has joined us and she has baby Lacey with her. That little bottle tells me that she's here. Hello, so glad to have both of you girls here. We are talking today about what could possibly be the ultimate challenge. Finding time for the things that make you happy and bring you joy. How difficult is it to make time in your day for the things that you just love to do, just because you love to do them, not because they're productive, not because they make you money, not because they're good for you, not because you're supposed to do them, but simply because you enjoy them. They bring you joy, they bring you happiness, they bring you fulfillment. It's not the easiest thing in the world for us to prioritize what matters to us. So I thought I'd tell you a little story about how I've been doing that for myself lately, share with you a little celebration that we'll be having next week, and also give you today's note to self. I hope you have something handy nearby so that you can write the note to self down. I love it when you guys write the notes to self down and you post them on your page and you tag me. That makes me so happy. Your handwriting is so much better than mine. That's why I don't actually usually show them to you. I think once I held one up and my chicken scratch is just, it's really difficult to read. So I love it when those of you who have better penmanship than I do take the time to write them down and post them on Facebook. It really lights up my heart to know that today's note to self really spoke to you. All right, so sometimes the ultimate challenge in life can be making time for the things that we simply enjoy doing. So recently, the yoga studio I go to, they put down a challenge that they would like us to try to do 20 practices in 30 days. Well, I actually practice yoga between 5 and 6 days a week normally. So a 20 practices in 30 days challenge was something I was going to do anyway. So I decided that I was going to set my own challenge, that I was going to challenge myself because I thought it would be fun and I wanted to see if I could do it. And I knew that it would force me to make more time in my schedule to do something that I really enjoy doing. So I decided that I wanted to complete the yoga challenge, the 20 practice challenge, in less than 2 weeks. And so I started on January 2nd, and as of 6:30 a.m. this morning, I have done 19 yoga practices since January 2nd. So this afternoon, after we complete today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show, I will be back at the yoga studio for my 20th yoga practice since January 2nd. So I'm well under my 2-week mark. I'm very excited about that. And it has meant that I've had to get up early some days. It has meant that I have had to go to the yoga studio later in the afternoon than I normally would. Sometimes when it's been cold and dark and kind of yucky outside. But it's been a wonderful exercise in reminding myself that I get to set the challenges for myself in life, and that we all do. The suggested challenge wasn't really a challenge for me. So I made up my own challenge and I made a game for myself out of doing it. And it was a lot of fun making up the game, and it was a lot of fun completing the challenge and seeing if I could do it. But it got me thinking a lot about not just whether we make time to do things that make us happy and bring us joy, but also about this idea of challenge and commitment, and how oftentimes we think of challenge and commitment as something that has to be painful or something that has to cause us suffering. And I just don't believe that's true. I believe that we can be challenged and that we can show commitment by doing things that stretch us, but not things that are threatening to break us. So one of the things I've done as I've been doing all of these yoga classes is that sometimes what I can do doesn't look like what it looked like the day before. Sometimes I can only do half of what I was able to do before, but the winning isn't in, taking myself flat out till I have to be carried out of the yoga studio on a stretcher. The idea is to show up and to practice and challenge myself to do what I can do and to be aware of what I can do looks like. And that doesn't always mean more. So think about that. Think about how committing to a practice doesn't have to mean that you are taking yourself flat out. It doesn't have to mean pain and suffering, but it does mean showing up and participating in the challenge. I think that's really important because I really feel like in our culture, we have this idea that challenge and commitment are equated to pain and suffering. But for me, challenge can be equated to fun, and commitment can mean practice. It can just mean showing up and doing the best we can and knowing that what the best we can do looks like is going to evolve and is going to change just based on where we're at in any given day. So think about that for yourself. Let me know, what are you challenging yourself with? I know this time of year, January, we're all thinking about goals and practices and challenging and new year, new you, and all of these things. So I'd be curious to hear, what are you challenging yourself with lately? I challenged myself to doing 20 yoga practices in under 2 weeks. It's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting. I'll tell you, I am tired. I am ready to take the weekend off, but I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm still looking forward to going back to my mat this afternoon and doing whatever it is I can do. And that might not look like what I could do yesterday or what I even did this morning, but I'm feeling pretty good, and I feel like it actually might look like more than what I was able to do this morning. So think about that for yourself. How are you challenging yourself? Are you equating that challenge with pain and suffering? Or can you equate challenge with fun, with spending more time doing things that feel happy, that bring you joy? Can you allow yourself to be challenged in the moment and not hold yourself to some imaginary standard of who you should be or how you should perform, and instead just make your challenge a practice, something that you show up for and that you do? So that is what I am going through my mind recently, and I hope that has given you some food for thought. I would love it if you'd let me know by leaving a comment either during the broadcast or after the broadcast. I do put all of these recordings up on my YouTube channel so that you can go back and watch them anytime. So I love and appreciate all your comments, especially when you ask me a question that you'd like me to answer on the show. There's nothing that makes me happier than having a viewer question to answer and knowing that what I had to say helped you out, gave you a different perspective through which you could look at something that was going on in life, and it gave you some new ideas about how you might manage it. All right, so because it's Friday, we're going to keep today's show super brief. I'm about to give you today's note to self. You still have a little bit of time to type something in the comments if you want to let me know what you're challenging yourself with. You want to let me know what you're thinking about, whatever it is, just say hi. Love that too. Love the hearts at the beginning. Thank you for that, Elena. Super appreciate you being here as often as you can, especially with your new baby girl. It means the world to me that you two take time out of your day to watch the show. So thank you for that. Mwah. That's for baby Lacey. Okay, here is today's note to self. Are you ready to write it down? It says, "Dear self, find the fun and you'll find the time. Love me." Let me read that to you one more time. Dear self, find the fun and you'll find the time. So if you've challenged yourself, if you have a commitment, find the fun in it. If you can find the fun in whatever it is you're pursuing, you will find the time. I love to do yoga. 2 yoga classes a day doesn't fit into my normal schedule, but because it sounded like a fun way to challenge myself, I found the time, and that meant getting up early or staying out a little bit later than I wanted to, but I really had fun with my challenge, and I feel very proud of myself for finishing it. I have one more class today. On Tuesday, we will celebrate that the challenge is over and that I was able to relax all weekend. That's going to be awesome. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Remember, again, we will not be here on Monday for the Danielle Daily Show because it's Martin Luther King Day here in the US. So I will be taking a vacation day along with the rest of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. And it looks like Elena says, we love your show. I have an alarm set on my phone to remind me. Have a wonderful weekend, and congratulations on that yoga. Thank you, Elena. I love that you have an alarm set on your phone. I think I might start reminding people to do that. That is a genius idea, because we're here every weekday at 3:00 p.m. Eastern. So if you set that alarm on your phone, you'll know that the show is going on, even if you don't receive the notification. Some of you have been letting me know that you're not receiving the notification that the show is live, and I don't know how to get Facebook to fix that. So if you would like me to message you to let you know that we're live, let me know. But I think the even better solution is what Elena thought of, is set the alarm on your phone. We'll be here at the same time each day. All right, have a wonderful weekend, guys. Love you so much, and I will see you on Tuesday. Mwah. Bye.